Tell me honestly, have you ever looked at your husband and thought, he is a good man, responsible, loyal, hardworking, but where is he? Why can't he see me? You think that we live in the same house, share the same bed, discuss bills, children, travel plans, relatives, but not our hearts. And you have come to the conclusion that my husband is emotionally unavailable. And because he does not care me and love me anymore. If yes, then today's video may explain something very important. Friends, remember, emotional unavailability does not always look like rejection. Sometimes it looks like silence. And no, before proceeding further, I'll again make it clear that this is not a husband criticism session. नहीं तो आप लोगों को लगेगा डॉक्टर लड्ढा को हस्बैंड्स से पता नहीं क्या तकलीफ है, उन्हें बहुत क्रिटिसाइज करती है। ना मुझे उनसे तकलीफ है, पर मुझे आप सबसे बहुत प्यार। So, some husbands are emotionally unavailable not because they do not love or care anymore, but because they never were taught about the emotional language or being sensitive or sentiments or feelings. Hi, I'm Dr. Sunita, and as you know, I help ambitious women create emotional intimacy and harmonious marriages. And today we will talk about 6 signs that will help you to understand that your husband is emotionally unavailable. And moreover, what to understand before assuming that he doesn't care. हाँ बहनों, हमें सिर्फ ये assumption नहीं करना है कि अब वे मुझे चाहते नहीं हैं, मैं उन्हें इतनी पसंद नहीं हूं, इसलिए वो इतने दूर दूर रहते हैं. Now, sign 1. He talks facts, not feelings. Your conversations sound like electric bill paid, children's Paytm attended. How was your day? You ask. As usual. But if you ask, how are you feeling? And suddenly he behaves like you have asked some rocket science question. He gives one word replies. Fine, normal, okay, as always. नहीं कुछ नहीं, क्या हुआ, कुछ नहीं, सब ठीक है. If emotional conversations make him uncomfortable, that may be emotional unavailability. Now coming to sign 2. He solves problems instead of listening. कैसा दिखता है ये? आप कहते हैं, आज ऑफिस में दिन बड़ा ही खराब था, बॉस के साथ बहुत ही बहस हो गई और बाकी कलीग्स भी कुछ बोल नहीं रहे थे. He says, oh, then resign. आप कहते हैं, I'm feeling so tired and overwhelmed. He says, okay, go to sleep. जल्दी सो जाओ आज. You say, रिश्तेदारों के आने से मुझे बहुत टेंशन हो रही है. He says, ठीक है, तो उन्हें नहीं बुलाते. And you say, आपको लगता है, excuse me, dear husband, I wanted empathy. I wanted that you ask me what is happening to me, why I'm saying this. I did not order for any consultancy. Friends, he may genuinely care, but he is unaware that emotional connection needs listening, not immediate fixing. Sign number 3. He avoids deep conversations. And this is actually a very common male trait. And I'm sure all wives have experienced this. कैसे? You try to talk about connection, feelings, dreams, plans, future, relationships. And suddenly he remembers car servicing, emails, that friend whom he has not talked since long, some news, politics, or most important nowadays, some important WhatsApp forwards and messages that he has to send. So, emotionally unavailable people often feel uncomfortable sitting with emotions. And usually, this is not the case with women, but very common with the male. Now, sign 4, love. He shows love through action, not words. और हमारे कान सुनने को तरसते हैं. And this is very common in Indian marriages. He may pay the bills, drive you, drop you where you want to go, fix problems, provide security, महंगी महंगी ज्वेलरी भी खरीदवा देंगे. आपको उन्हें अगर लगता है कि आप चिड़चिड़ करेंगी तो आपके साथ शॉपिंग पे भी जाएंगे. But he will rarely say, I missed you, I was waiting for you, I appreciate you, or I love you. And because we women receive love emotionally, we feel that he doesn't care. We are not so much focused on the actions that he takes. Remember here that men express care and love differently. Sign 5, he shuts down during conflicts. ये तो हमने सबने देखा है, बहस हो रही है और वो आपके मन की भड़ास आप कितनी निकालना चाहते हैं, पर साहब जी तो चुप्पी की चादर ओढ़कर सो जाते हैं. You want, let's talk. He wants, let's not talk. You want resolution. He wants sleep. You want to come to a conclusion why this argument happened and it should not happen again. But he feels, चलने दो, ये तो होता ही रहेगा. Friends, this may come not from emotional unavailability, but from emotional overwhelm. Now, coming to the end, sign 6. You feel you have to work hard for this emotional connection in your relationship. You initiate talks, plans, affection, connection, touch, intimacy. But slowly start feeling, why am I doing all the emotional labor in this relationship? This can create resentment. And resentment, friends, slowly kills affection. So, before you conclude, my husband is emotionally unavailable, ask yourself, was emotional expression ever taught to him? Ask him. Go into his childhood. Many men were taught to be strong. Don't cry. Keep moving. Don't show your weakness. Don't probe into others' feelings. So, they were never taught to identify emotions, communicate freely their feelings, and build emotional intimacy. And as a man, their masculine energy is also not related to all these characteristics, which we as females have due to our feminine energy. Now, if you recognize some signs today, please don't panic. Emotional unavailability is not always emotional absence, because connection can be learned. And sometimes the first shift begins not by trying to change him, but by changing how we invite the emotional safety. Tell me in the comments, which sign did you relate to most? And if you want more videos on emotional intimacy and marriage harmony, subscribe and join me here. See you in the next one.